He holds no championship belt, but Dana White is the most prominent and pugnacious figure in the UFC, the Ultimate Fighting Championship. The CEO/hype man is the embodiment of the league itself, long on unapologetic force, short on precious formality, intoxicating to some, an acquired taste to others. And much like the UFC, White has penetrated the defense of mainstream culture, moving in from the fringes to join the ultra-rich, serve on the board of Meta, and befriend the current president. A small disclosure, we've been speaking with White for years about his appearing on this broadcast. A heavyweight disclosure. This was before Paramount Skydance, parent company of CBS, recently paid almost $8 billion for the UFC's media rights. Yes, cage fighting on network television. Perhaps the ultimate sign of how far this sport and its no-holds-barred leader have come.
The story will continue in a moment.
Wow, whoa. Serious!
Tuesday night's all right for fighting. We sat outside the Octagon for Dana White's Contender Series, a streaming show that doubles as the UFC's farm system.
Yeah.
If the fighters entertain White, like this first-round knockout artist, he rewards them with a UFC contract.
Good fight. Thank you very much. Incredible.
An invitation by the big boss to the big show. White is chief author of the greatest sports business story of this century, maybe ever.
Oh, that looks good!
In his 30s, he helped buy the UFC, then a renegade cage fighting operation, for $2 million. Now 56, he runs a global league valued at more than $15 billion, 675 fighters under contract. A brutal mashup that includes kickboxing, wrestling, and jiu-jitsu.
Fire away. You know me, man. You've known me for a long time. Fire away. I don't give a
The entire business is built more on White's force of personality than on a traditional playbook. We met him at UFC headquarters in Las Vegas.
Whenever I read stories about the business of UFC, I literally laugh and say, nobody knows anything about the business side of this thing.
Is everyone missing?
For 25 years, people have been trying to figure it out, and people have been trying to do it.
Someone told me it all starts with Dana's gut.
It's absolutely true. I don't know who told you that, but that's right.
We got a sellout crowd here, 5,000 people.
It was his gut that got him into the game. He managed boxers in Boston, then fighters in Vegas in the fledgling sport of MMA, mixed martial arts. When White caught wind UFC's owners were out of money, his first call went to two high school buddies, Frank and Lorenzo Fertitta, Las Vegas casino heirs.
I said, I think they're going out of business. We could probably buy this thing, and we should.
The Fertittas put up the money. White got 10%, but he had to run the damn thing. The UFC wasn't just unprofitable, it was largely unsanctioned. In February 2001, White needed a home for the first fight of his regime.
None of the venues wanted this. You know, they didn't believe in it, they didn't like it, and they were worried about the type of crowd that would show up for this type of event.
He found hospitality at the Taj Mahal in Atlantic City, then owned by a familiar fight fan, Donald Trump.
When the Trump brand was here and the UFC brand was down there, he saw it and said, I'd love to have this at my casino. He showed up the first prelim fight of the night and stayed till the main event was over.
He watched the whole card.
Watched the whole card.
What did the balance sheets look like back in those early days?
I mean, it was so bad that at one point Lorenzo called me and said, Dana, I can't keep doing this, man. I'm literally blowing all my family's money. And obviously that night I'm thinking,
we're done.
It's a wrap. This is over. And he calls me the next day, and literally this is what he said to me. Let's keep going.
So they did.
Do you want to be a fighter?
A reality series and its storylines helped draw in millions of fans.
Obviously a massive, massive accomplishment.
Electric matchups and Joe Rogan on the mic kept it rolling.
Oh, he's done. He's done.
From the beginning, White imposed his will. Just ask the guys in the live TV production truck that didn't follow his direction.
I literally got up from my seat, went back there and kicked the door open.
They disobeyed
to the truck, yeah. Kicked the door open to the truck. You know, I was basically like, you ever do this again, I'm firing every one of you. long story short, we ended up firing everybody.
It's been an honor calling your fight, sir. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
By 2016, the sport sanctioned in every state, the UFC sold for $4 billion on the condition White stay on as CEO. President Trump still routinely shows up at UFC fights, but now makes a grand entrance.
The relationship that he and I have, and when we get together, when I have dinner with him, we don't talk politics.
What do you talk
about goofy guy stuff that all guys talk about. You know what I mean?
Like what?
We talk about Rocky movies, we talk about different fights that have happened. But that's a real samurai.
White's office is a shrine to guy stuff, the mother of all man caves.
This is a piece of art that represents war. War is all about money.
You once used a term with me that I quoted you on, the wussification of America.
I think I said but yeah, I get it. We're on 60 Minutes, yeah.
Has the pendulum swung the other way?
I feel like it's starting to.
Cage fighting has always celebrated male bravado. But White is intent that more women than ever follow the sport. He bristles at the suggestion that UFC fandom is taking on new edge. You don't think there's this cultural movement? It's a lot of guys, they call it the manosphere, you're one of the leaders.
You know, you talk about knowing your fan base and knowing who they are.
Who are they?
18 to 34-year-old males and growing. We're global. We are definitely unapologetically masculine.
Can this bubble over to too much? When you hear toxic masculinity,
What's that mean?
you tell me.
No,
When
you
hear
just said it. What's the
what,
definition of toxic? How can somebody be too masculine? Is that a possibility? Can you be too masculine?
You tell me.
No.
You think so?
The answer is hell no.
Hang out with Dana White in Vegas, and odds are good you'll end up here at the Bellagio.
Hi, how are you guys? Good to see you. Thank you.
Enough of a regular, he's plied with whiskey and a cigar before heading to a private baccarat table.
In this city, nothing is off limits.
How much are we betting here?
400,000.
It's a $400,000 hand.
Because these sissies won't give me $1 million a hand.
A few hands in, fortune was not in his corner.
Ah, damn it. Ooh, no bueno. We're down $1,240,000.
You heard right. He was down $1.2 million. What's this feeding in you?
I'm a sick guy. That's the only explanation I can give you.
Not 10 minutes later,
Boom, let's go. Come on, where's the steaks? Let's go.
he was cashing out, up $700,000.
This is how we do it.
Another win for White's instincts. His gut proved golden once again in August when Paramount Skydance outbid others and offered the UFC $7.7 billion over 7 years for U.S. media rights, putting the UFC right up there with other major sports leagues. You still have 10% of this enterprise?
I have a deal here that would make Roger Goodell and every other guy go, holy
Meaning what?
I got a damn good deal.
Listen, man, this business has worked just fine. The model isn't broken. You know, I love when people who have no idea what they're talking about.
One question that hounds White:
Here we go, round two.
does enough of the UFC's big money see its way to the fighters? The big stars can make millions per fight. But so-called bottom-of-the-card fighters are paid as little as $12,000. Earlier this year, the UFC settled a class-action antitrust lawsuit with fighters for $375 million. Your media rights deal basically doubled. Is fighter pay going to increase proportionally?
I can't sit here right now and tell you, it's double, it's 1.5, it's triple. But yeah, fighter pay is, it's going to be good.
Do you pay fighters a fair wage?
Absolutely. People don't know how much a lot of these guys make.
If you want to know what LeBron James makes, it's 2 keystrokes away.
We're different in a lot of ways. We're different than most major sports.
And this is the only sport where the athletes get to say whatever they want.
Another difference: in most sports, offensive speech by athletes can result in suspension. Not so the UFC.
We don't have to agree with it. We don't have to like it.
So is there anything a fighter can say, tweet, do, that you say, you know what, there got to be consequences?
I'm a big believer in free speech, and unfortunately, probably the most important speech to protect is hate speech.
You're not a fan of cancel culture.
No, I hate it. On both sides. It's like all the stuff that's going on with Charlie right now. You know, these people are going out and saying stuff, and you know, you're seeing people getting fired or kicked out of school.
You don't think they should be fired?
I think you're a disgusting human being if you're celebrating the death of another human being. But people make mistakes, and people are going to do dumb things. I don't like trying to destroy people's lives over doing something dumb. So we're going to be here on the White House lawn.
Top of mind for White, a fight card next summer.
So the fighters will walk out of the Oval Office to come to the Octagon.
The same man who once offered White a casino for staging the UFC now has offered his backyard. What can you tell me about the card?
Everybody wants to fight on the card.
There's going to be a fight on the south lawn of the White House, weigh-ins at the Lincoln Memorial. I still can't believe I'm saying those words. Even an optimist like you.
I can't believe I'm hearing them.
I was going to say,
Inspiring the awe.
this will hardly mark White's first trip to the halls of power. At President Trump's inauguration, he got the equivalent of a cage-side seat. What do you say to the fans who say, I feel like the UFC's taken a side?
I am an American citizen. Biden was my president. Trump is my president. I was at the inauguration, and I was sitting behind all the ex-presidents. And there was this stuff going around like Dana's mad dogging President Obama. President Obama turned around, the only president that did, and shook my hand and said, congratulations on all your success. And I said, thank you very much, Mr. President.
That's what people wondered what you guys were talking about.
That's what happened. I've never talked about that publicly. If President Obama called and said, hey, I'd like to come see a fight, we'd be like, yeah, buy some tickets and good luck here, whatever. No, the sitting president or an ex-president of the United States wants to come to your event, you treat them with respect.
Meanwhile, White's tent is expanding. 2 weeks ago, he promoted championship boxing under the UFC umbrella.
Almost 71,000 people, and it was the third biggest fight ever in the history of boxing.
You're saying it went well.
It didn't suck. Enjoy yourself tonight and have a good time.
After a big fight weekend, most execs might give their staff a pat on the back.
Relax, drink, and smoke some cigars. Have a good night.
White, the bluntest instrument in all of sports, threw his staff a weeknight bash. We asked around about you. One word came up again and again. You know what it was?
Loyal.
Boom.
Yeah.
Got some detractors too. You want to guess this one?
What?
Bully.
Bully? Yeah, that makes sense.
You don't seem so bothered by that.
Yeah, and I love it. Listen, if you want to be my friend, I'm the best friend you'll ever have. You want to be my enemy? I'm really good at being that too.